Hi guys, welcome to Tech Geek. So today we are back with the daily Leetcode challenge problem that's Roman to integer. This is basically a Leetcode medium question based in mathematics. You guys have already studied this in lower classes, like how the Roman to integer conversion is being done, how vice versa. So basically we are implementing the same thing based on our code. So doing it manually is quite easy, but now how you need to write a code is what you need to learn. This is a lead code easy 13th question, though it's absolutely, you can say, a beginner level problem if you know how to, because you know the concept, you just have to apply it. Let's see what they have mentioned in a question. So they have given you the Roman numerals. There are 7 Roman numerals. The value of each numeral is being given to you. That is something you already know. Now, for example, how we could write these Roman numerals. So this is something I'll tell you again. There are few conditions too. So the condition says I can be placed before V or X in order to make it 4 and 9. That means there could be two possibilities, this or this. We know this is 4 and we know this is 6. So whenever a greater is followed by a lower, that means you have to add. Whenever a lower is followed by a greater, that means you have to subtract. So 5 minus 1, that's 4. Similarly, we have this and we have this. So addition and subtraction. This is 11, this is 9. Same comes to the L and C. Now L, you know, it's 50, C, you know, is 100. If you have an X like this, or you have an X like this. So 10 minus 50. This is before, so it will be, sorry, 50 minus 10, that's 40. Again, you subtract with 100, that's 90. But if you add, this is 110 and this is 60. Same comes to C with D and M. So M is 1000. Again, the same thing goes on. So this is what we need to make sure. Let's see one query now. You know, if this is basically, this is 2. Again, for 3 we have 3. For 4 we don't have like this. For 4 we have, sorry, not this. For 4 we have 1 with a V. That means from 5 we'll subtract 1. Okay. Then coming to a point, you could say, why aren't we writing like this for 3 and this? So there's a rule for Roman. You'll just check the one to the previous and not the previous to previous. This is a rule for a Roman numeral, that you'll just check the previous, nothing else, not moving behind it. So if previous is less than the current, okay, if previous is less than the current, that means you have to subtract. That means current minus previous. And similarly, if it's opposite, that means you have to add current plus previous. Now it could be any, it could be LC, sorry, LC, not XC. Yeah, it could be XC, it could be XL, or it could be CM or CD. Any followed by anything like this, that means a smaller number comes before a greater number. That means you know the value of L minus the value of X. This is what you need to do. Now talking about how to do it in programmatic way. So as we said, we need to keep track of the previous value and the current value. That's what we need to do. So let's take an example of a value. Let's say we have this. This is a number. Okay. If you actually see what this number is, small comes before this, that means 40, 47. Okay. But now checking with your code how this should work. So initially we'll take an integer, that's result, that's 0. The current is this. We'll be iterating the string. The current is this. So for now we'll take previous as -1. Why we are taking an integer? Because we'll be considering this integer values to move forward. So we'll take some value as previous as -1 and the current would point towards this. Now coming to the point, we need somewhere anything that will store this value and symbol. So whenever there is a key value pair, we use maps. So take a hash map, store these values, that means I for 1, X for 10 and so on, and V for 5. Okay. What you'll do, you'll run a loop until this elements are finished. That means you could say you have some pointer I, or you have something that is while or for, whatever you want to take, I less than s dot length, or you can take a for loop too. Now what you are going to do is, you have this I, so first of all you need to extract this character. So let's say this char c is s dot caret I. After this char is there, now you need to get this character's value also. So let's say this was your map, hashmap dot get whatever is your character, so it will give the value. Let's store this value somewhere in v. Okay. Now you have to compare if this current value, or we can actually write this current so that a statement goes well with us explanation. Okay, this is your int current. Yeah, this will not be a current, this is just the value. Okay. Your current is less than previous. If your current is less than previous, that means you simply have to add this. So result plus equals to current. Simple it is. But if that's the opposite, then what you'll do, result minus equals to current. This goes on, at last you'll increment I, and your solution is done. So return or SOPLN result. Let's do a dry run of this. Okay. Okay. For the same code, we'll check out if it works well. Okay, one thing I skipped out is we didn't initialize the previous one. That means in every case we need the previous value. So after doing this else, before this I, just make sure your previous holds the current value and moves forward. Okay, now we have this term. Initially our previous is -1. The value of current after using maps, we got 10. So current is 10, previous is -1. Coming to if, is current less than previous? No, it's greater. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll take the resultant. Same way, what we are going to do, we'll iterate towards current. Or you could do one more thing to avoid your one iteration. This is also what you could do. Store the first in your previous and start this I loop from 1. That will also decrement one of your iterations. That's what will help you out, like if it's easy. Okay. Similarly, now we'll come to if current is 50 and previous is 10. Now check the value. Is current less? No. Current is greater than this. So result is result minus current. Actually, this should be current minus result. Sorry. Current minus result. That's 50 minus 10. That's 40. Coming to V. Now V is smaller, so we'll add this up. 40 plus V was 5, so it becomes 45. Again for 1, 1. 45 plus 1, that gives us 47. So this is how our code works. The simple time complexity goes with order of n, that's the length. Now check the code, though it's easy. We took a map, we initialize the map, V is your previous, this is your result, it will iterate and check if the opposite one is greater. So subtract, else add, and then initialize the previous and return the result. That's what we are going to do. I hope the solution is clear. If not, then do let me know in the comment box if there are any questions. Thank you. Keep following. Thank you.